Hey, what up, man? It's the kid Sour Boy, aka Big Sour, representing that Sour Squad and Move Making Music. You rocking with Heritage Hip Hop.
If you watching Heritage Hip Hop, you know we only bring you real hip hop. No matter what form it is, beats, rhymes, delivery, culture. And we always about bringing you the hottest new faces or the hidden gems that you didn't even know that you needed in your life. Right now, I'm excited to bring you an up-and-coming MC who I know I'm going to see do great things as he goes on in his career. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, man, I go by Sour Boy, aka Big Sour. Everybody can follow me at SourBoy_SB on Instagram. I represent Sour Squad, Move Making Music, and I come from Norton, New Jersey. Upcoming rapper out the city, man. Let's get it.
Alright, so everybody knows when I get excited to do interviews, the questions come real introspective.
I watched a couple.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm excited about this too, bro. You know, I appreciate you for coming around.
No,
I appreciate you for knowing, you know what I'm saying, the music and whatnot. I appreciate that.
It's my pleasure. So let's get into it. Sour Boy from North New Jersey. Why the name Sour Boy?
I knew that was coming. Alright, let me just say it flat out. Originally, back in the day, you know, we was young. We was experimenting with weed and shit. We talk about me and my homies. So we smoked Airy. That was like the lowest of the low back then. You feel me? When I was coming up in high school and shit. So at the time, I just started bringing sour around, and my man Zakir from back in the day used to say, "Hey, we was Sour Boy." You feel me? And from there, they just start calling me SB, up until I you know, met my manager Truth and shit. And then I told him the story about how a dude was calling me Sour Boy. He was like, "Alright, we gonna rock with that." So that's how I came along with rapping. So I could basically give the credit to two people: my man Akif and my manager Truth.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna call you Sour Boy because whenever something hits you hard, you make the sour face, and your lyrical delivery has made somebody made the sour face.
Right.
So your name is double saluted because you thought you brought it through the hood, but you also brought it through your skill.
Yeah, but also I made sour an acronym for seeing our unanimous rise.
Okay.
So just so it wouldn't, you know, people weren't related to weed all the time. You know, it could have a bigger meaning for the Sour Squad itself, like.
But let's go into the bigger meaning because your music is not regular music. And I want to say that again. You don't make regular music. Regular music in 2018 is vibe music.
Right.
You make heartfelt music. You make deep, intriguing music. You're not what some people would call a rappity rapper with no substance.
Right.
And that's what I like about your delivery. So let's get into it. How important is it for you to give, receive, and then give back when it comes to how you produce a bar and spit it?
It's very important, man. A lot of times it comes crazy because sometimes it'll take me a couple minutes to write a bar. Sometimes I'll be stuck for weeks. So some of them just that special that it takes weeks to finish a bar. So that's how you know it's special. So it's very important to me.
You know what I really appreciate about how you deliver your rhymes? You're very bar precise. You're not somebody who just spits.
Right.
And unfortunately in today's era, I hear people say, I don't like people who spit bars because I got to think too much.
Right.
I don't like to think. I just want to vibe.
I can relate a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, well then,
you know,
explain what that means to you and how you counteract that with your skill.
I take it serious. Not to say that, you know, the people that just do the rappity rap shit don't take it serious, but for me, coming up, like, I grew up listening to hip hop. Like, I grew up listening to my aunts and uncles bumping, you know, Big, J, Mos Def and shit in the car. Mostly East Coast rappers and shit. I learned about Pac and Snoop and everybody else as I got older. But yeah, so when you grow up listening to those dudes, and plus in high school I grew up around the battle rap era. Meek was out. You had Smack DVD era. Corey Guns was popping. Mickey Fax. So when you listening to bars like that coming up, you appreciate it more. And a lot of the youngest now, they just, you know, they listening to the 6ix9ines and shit. So you can't blame them. It's like it's what we grow up with. So.
But you know what's deep? You brought up East Coast or West Coast. You don't have the East Coast or West Coast style. See, when I was listening to your music and going into my mental Rolodex, you have a suave house style. You have a very lyrical down south style.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you. You kind of answered. There was no influence from Southern music that kind of crept into how you put your stuff together?
It was definitely. Listen, I listen to all type of music, like the Young Boys, the Lil Uzis and shit. Like my manager, like, I listen to all the niggas. So like, of course, I take pieces from everybody, from pieces from back then and pieces from now, and my own style, and I mix it up. So of course, I got a little bit of the Southern style, and I put it into the pot and mix it up with it. But yeah, man, I take from everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's an influence.
You know what's dope? I was listening to 8 Ball and MJG, Space Age Pimpin'. I heard your voice though.
Man, I don't know what track you're talking about.
Good, because I want you to.
You know, I'm gonna do. You know, when people tell me tracks that I don't know about or artists that I don't know about, and you know, don't look down on the youngins, like, cause I'm 25.
That's what's
up.
up.
Don't look down on us. But I ain't really a youngin', but you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the 90s, so the niggas that was popping in the 90s, like, nigga, I was a baby.
Yeah.
So I had to really do my history and look up on them. So any rapper or song that a person mentions, I will do my history on it.
Well, I mean, as a gift from me to you, because I'm a hip hop connoisseur, there's 2 tracks that come to mind that I heard your voice on. I was talking to 2 people from your team, shout out to Nice and IT, and I gave them certain beats that made me think when I heard their voices. 2 songs from 8 Ball and MJG that I heard when I thought about your voice was For Real and My Reason for Rhyme. Great songs, but your voice will sound so perfect, and this is why. Delivery. And to take it back to delivery, let me ask you, what is your reason for rhyme and why do you do it?
My reason for rhyme and why do I do it? I think it just came to me like growing up, listening to all the rappers. I even had friends that, one of my main mans, he was always rapping, so it was like, you know, I kind of looked up to him a little bit. He was younger than me, but I kind of looked up to him because I always loved rap. I always loved hip hop. I always loved how you could take words and mix the flows up together. So this shit is crazy.
So as a deliverer, what's more important to you? Lyrical impact or flow fluently?
I mean, it depends, honestly. Like for me, the artist being me, it depends, because every beat not the same, every song is not the same. So if it's that mood, then I'll, you know what I'm saying, I'll take it and I'll mix the lyrics up that a certain type of way. I'll deliver it a different type of way. But if it's like, you know, an 808 beat, you know, you got to make those like songy songs, because I dip into that lane too. Like I'm not just a 90s hip hop dude. Like I dip and dab into different genres of flows and whatever. So it's not a case of like which one I would go to more. It's more of like the vibe I'm in at the moment.
That's deep, because one of the questions that I really had in my mind, and it came off the album that you had with Infinite T called The Product. It's called Set It Off. And flows changed and delivery bounced on that song. So who's more of the instrument, the lyric or the beat, that makes you make what you create?
Like I said, it depends on the beat actually. Because shout out Black Soul Rider, he made that beat. We was cooking up for a minute. He cooked that beat up, and it was like it had a certain type of, it had a New York vibe to it, but it had like a slight wave in it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too hip hop, too 90s hip hop. So you know, I could bounce around with flows different on it. Infinite T, he just put the splash I needed on it. It was perfect.
So then, what's more important to you? The harmony of MC and beat, or the impact of the line to draw somebody into the song?
Overall, if I'm boxed into a corner, I'm gonna always go with the impact. Because when you just, it means you related to somebody. Like, so when I can relate to somebody, that's what it's about in the first place. You know, either way. But when they really feel the lyric, you feel that. You know what I'm saying?